Hi, my name's Christopher David Mitchell, and today I'm going to be doing a book review on the amazing Elon Musk. I'm going to be talking about whether I think you should buy it, who's it for, what I thought of the book. But the second half of this video, I actually just want to do a talk on Elon Musk himself as a character, as a person. And I've got lots of positive, amazing things to say about my opinion on Elon Musk, but also some things that I think he does have some flaws and some parts of his character that I think are slightly negative. So stick to the end of the video for my thoughts on that. But let's get into the book review. So in a nutshell, I am generally an Elon Musk fan. I think he's an amazing entrepreneur, the best we've had. And if you're interested in the slightest in Elon Musk as a character or his companies, SpaceX, Tesla, Solar City, you should definitely buy the book. It's an amazing book. I would give it 4.5 out of 5 if I had to rate it. I think that it's brilliantly written by Ashlee Vance, who is actually very unbiased. It's not like he's a fanboy just saying all the positive things. He actually gives both sides the whole time about Elon. So yeah, to summarize before I go into it a bit more, it's an amazing book. I think you should definitely get it. Who it might be for, I would say if you're an entrepreneur or you're a small business owner or you're starting your own business, I think it's an incredibly inspiring book. If you're interested in science or engineering or any of that stuff, I also think it's a fantastic book. And if you're interested in these concepts of like, saving energy and electrical cars and just generally sort of energy saving type things, I think you'll find it really inspiring. So how does the book start? Well, it starts with talking about his life and his upbringing and his family, like his grandparents and stuff like that. And the first thing I noticed was he actually comes from quite an entrepreneurial type background. His grandmother started what was one of the first chiropractic businesses ever. I think his grandfather built his own plane and was flying around the world and running for politics and office. And I think his cousins have started tech companies as well. So you do wonder just from the start whether there's something genetic and hereditary here, what's going on with Elon. Is it really coincidence when you read about what his grandfather achieved in his life that Elon is the way he is? So that's how the book starts. And then it goes on to talk about some aspects of his personal life, but mostly his business life. And for me, there was some cute little short stories in there. One of which he was on a bike ride, and he's not fit, apparently physically fit, because he doesn't exercise much because he's always working. And he was sort of like absolutely like red in the face, but he never gives up. And this goes on to the thing about Elon, that he's just got such skills. The skills Elon has got as a human being is just unbelievable. He is relentless. He will stop at nothing. He has described himself as like a samurai, that he's willing to die for what he believes in. He's a visionary, that what he can see decades into the future. He's so resilient, he has the fear, but he goes through it anyway. Like, he is an unbelievable entrepreneur. I'd say the best entrepreneur on the planet today, for sure. But really, one of the best chapters was when it was all come crashing down for him. 2008, he had SpaceX and Tesla, and he had this decision. The book goes through this chapter. I was like on the edge reading this one of, should I save both companies? But he was running out of money. He was putting all his own money back in, and he's willing to do that. He's willing to go all in and lose it all. He was down to his days before these companies were about to go under. I mean, can you imagine the pressure that he has been under? I think his willing to sacrifice is just unbelievable for what he believes in. So a very inspiring chapter about how he got through the dark times of that. That was an amazing read. And as the book goes on, it does go into further details of how Tesla was built after that, more SpaceX, how the failures of the rockets not working, and then when it did, and stuff like that. And there's brilliant accounts from co-workers, you know, his wife or wives now at the time, you know, and it's very unbiased. And the funny thing about Elon is even the people that he was ruthless to, that he fired, they still sort of love him, apparently. They still sort of respect him in a way, which was very touching. There's other things as well that are quite fun. There's a lot of asides, like when he emailed out his team, so you get to see how he thinks and how much of a perfectionist he is and stuff like that. So thoroughly recommended. But now let's go on to my thoughts on Elon Musk himself as a person. So I want to say first, I love Elon. I've said that. I think he's the greatest entrepreneur alive. I think he's doing good stuff in the world. I absolutely love him. I sort of, in a way, do idolize him. And I have invested in Tesla stock, which, do what you want, take responsibility. But I just firmly believe that unless he, you know, passes away, I just think he'll make it work. He's just someone who will make it work no matter what. He is absolutely relentless. But here's the thing I want to say about Elon is I think it would be a mistake to idolize Elon and his life. So let's discuss why. So I just don't think most people can do what he's doing. And I think if you tried to be in his shoes for even a week or even a day, I think 99.99999% of the population couldn't do it. I mean, when you go through the book, I mean, the pressure he has been under, like the sacrifices he's made, it's just unreal. And I just think it's nice. It's so easy to idolize people like Elon Musk and see the houses and stuff like that he's got and the lifestyle. But really, he doesn't even enjoy that lifestyle. He takes like 1 minute to eat a meal because he's trying to go back to work. He hasn't had more than a 1 week break in like 10 years, which I think is part of the fact that the last time he took a 2 week break, he got fired from a job that he was CEO of. But I just don't think that it's something that people should aspire to want to be Elon. I think it would be very different if you actually lived that life. And I think it's easy to see all the lovely stuff that's on the surface of his life, but to actually live like him, I mean, I wouldn't want it. Like, he's just under so much pressure, and he's only mastered, better than anyone in the world, one area of his life. You find this with a lot of successful people. It's easy to look at what he's doing with his work, a bit like Steve Jobs, and say, oh my God, that's amazing. And it is. But from a holistic point of view as a person, a lot of other aspects of his life, and you find that with a lot of other successful people, is all over the place. You know, like I say, he can't take a break. I think he's addicted to work. I think he's addicted to success. He's addicted to more. I don't think he can stop. And he's even said at points his life is excruciating. Like, there's something going on to need to work 100 hours a week sort of thing. And yes, I think he is doing it for a good cause. But all I'm saying is to idolize him so much that you think you want to be Elon, or you want to live a life like that, I would be careful what you wish for. Because when you see these people and meet them in real life, it's fine looking at the exterior and the houses and stuff. But what you find is most other parts of their life are all over the place and they're not that happy. If I had to guess, I wouldn't say that Elon is happy. It's just my personal opinion, and I know some people won't like that, because if you're seeing this, you're probably Elon fans who are going to read the book. Like I say, I think he's amazing. I just think he's different. And I think that he's programmed differently. He's had a lot of adversity in his life as well. You know, I think his dad went to prison because he killed someone or something, you know, and he doesn't have a relationship with his father. I think there's some new neuroses there. There's some neurotic thing driving him as well. And I just think that even though he's amazing, just know that you're looking at one part of his life. But as with Steve Jobs, as I say, most other parts of these people's lives tend to be all over the place. So just be careful of thinking, I want to be like Elon, because I think, I don't think most people could do it. Not most. I mean, like 99.9% of people couldn't live this life under this pressure. And B, I'm not sure he is a happy, healthy, well-rounded guy, you know? But that's the sacrifice he's willing to make. I still love him. And that's all I want to say on that. So let Elon inspire you, but just don't beat yourself up if you can't even do 1,000th of what he's doing, because he is just an exception to the rule, in my opinion. And also, be wary and look at the bigger picture of what his life is really like and what it would really be like to him. And it wouldn't be all roses, you know. There's a real price to pay for what he's doing. But we're grateful to have someone like him in the world. And like I say, I love him. I think he's doing great stuff in the world. So get the book. I thoroughly recommend it. And until next time, I'll see you then.